Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
This is Julia.
This is Nick.
Welcome back to the After Hours podcast. Today we answered some fun questions about home brewing, which we're excited about.
And we demonstrated it.
So
specifically cold brew.
yeah, so if you have Spotify, you can see it. And also we talked about more basically like our opening day business plan, just kind of going into our inspiration and a little bit of our starting journey here at the Brick and Mortar.
Yeah, kind of getting into, okay, who is Juju's Coffee? And how are we going to start? And how are we going to start well?
Yeah.
Guys, please ask us questions. DM us at Juju's Coffee on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. And we would love to answer those questions for you guys, as well as email contact@jujuscoffee.com. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Let's go. Hi, Ju.
What's going on?
You know, the usual. Wednesday today. Actually, it's just Wednesday. What did you do today?
What did I do today? I woke up late, slept in. Wednesdays are usually my sleep in, kind of just get the house ready together and just do a few computer things. So that's pretty much all I did.
All the fun stuff on a Wednesday.
And my dog, unfortunately, he has never done this, but he just had an accident in his crate, and the other one has had him before, but this one has never, and it was really bad. And
Not a pretty sight.
It's not a pretty sight, so I had to clean that up today. But he's feeling great. Groceries.
Champion. He's
meal
a champ.
prep.
Yeah.
A lot of the not so fun stuff.
Well, we're actually starting to raw food feed our dogs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've been doing it for a little over a month.
Yeah, I'd say we've been doing it for a little over a month. We have a local butcher that just sells meat for dogs. It's called Burgundy. Shout out Burgundy's, but it's like right down the street. But they have basically, the thing about dogs is that the kibble is amazing because it has all of these different nutrients already in the kibble. Mm. Like we were looking it up and doing a bunch of research, and it's like, okay, they need liver, heart, like all these
because
different
of the
parts,
nutrients
right?
That are in them.
Bone, right? And
yeah,
because that's the biggest thing is that kibble has calcium, and raw food is really calcium deficient. So we've basically been having to play around like with a bunch of different recipes for their food. Biggest reason why is because we've tried like 4 different kibbles for both dogs, and it's just like their coat looks bad, their skin is like still itchy, and we have 2 Frenchies, and Frenchies just have problems, which is awesome for us. They're very cute, but we're just like, man, like what do we do? And we have a customer that came in, and she's awesome. She's a regular.
Shout out Charlotte.
Charlotte, Charlie,
and
Leo.
Yes, and Landon and Zola. That's their little family. Love them. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Love them. And Zola's the dog, but her fur is so shiny, and she's so well behaved, and she's different than all the other dogs that come in the shop in the sense of like she is so
and she's lean, which she's
well
also
behaved, and she looks so healthy.
And she's a hunting dog too. Yeah. But I was just asking her because I was like, I know that y'all probably have to take really good care of her and all the things because she is an expensive dog. And they were talking about how they just did raw food and how it can be cheap, and it really helped her. And so we tried it because the kibble, like, whatever, we're going down a long rabbit hole. But our dogs were not, like, they didn't want to eat, and they're bulldogs. Like, bulldogs will devour anything. But they were not even wanting to eat their kibble.
It's like it didn't taste good to them, and so we bought a different kibble to maybe see if that kibble was bad.
Or like toppers or all that junk. And I was like, this is just
It's like they don't like it.
So not fun. And their digestive system was awful. So we started just doing straight raw food.
Yeah.
Best thing. Their behavior has changed
Drastically.
Like they were super alpha.
Yeah.
Like wanting to like lift their legs on stuff inside.
On my backpack all the freaking time. My backpack.
He's gotten a new backpack since.
I have a new backpack, but I mean, I have trauma. Okay, can I just say that I had a dog in middle school and high school that would pee on my backpack, and I would go to school, and I was already probably insecure, and I'm there, and I'm like, why do I smell pee? It's my freaking backpack. His name was Puppy, and he was very rude for that.
He's rude for that.
So.
But our dogs were being rude for that. But now, super well behaved. Tear it up. It's like we are giving them just like what they want.
Right.
And so they're like stoked to listen about, like, I don't know, change their, not just change. Hopefully we'll see health changes.
Right.
Maybe not. I don't know. But it's changed their behavior completely. And this has been fantastic. So that's what we're doing. And so we went and just bought a bunch of raw meat at the butcher.
It is a little bit more expensive than like some kibbles, but
our dogs don't eat that much.
Yeah, it's cheaper than doing like the raw food that you get shipped in.
Oh, it's like
I can't think of
like
many brands.
60%.
Farmer's Dog and like Ellie, I think is another one.
Ollie or something.
And then
even if you go to like
my YouTube is full of ads for
Pet
them.
Supplies Plus and all that, it's like 60 to 75% cheaper than a lot of brands.
Yeah.
Just going to our butcher. And it already has like the liver in it and all of that,
And
like the
supporting
organs.
local. I mean.
Anyways, so we could go on and on about it all day. As you can tell,
Welcome to our dog podcast.
We're dinks. No, I'm just kidding. We just only have 2 dogs. So.
Well, and too, like, it's just part of taking care of a living being is you're like, that you literally cannot communicate with besides like, you know.
Sit and a treat.
Yeah. And rubs, right? Like they can't be like, I don't like this food. Give me something else.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
It's real.
Like a kid.
Like a kid.
Kid's like, I'm not eating that.
Well, what did you do today?
Well, what did I do today? I worked, I don't mean to go on and on, but I worked 15 hours yesterday. It was lit. I roasted so much. So today I was like, you know what? I worked a little bit this morning. I helped a buddy out with his coffee cart. Shout out Bro Dude Coffee. They're awesome. Just super, super kind people. And so I went and helped them out at an event, but I was like, I'm going to take a long nap today. And I knew it because I worked a lot yesterday. I was like looking forward to my nap, which I usually look forward to a nap if I've had like a really long day or whatever. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a long nap today. So
That you did.
I took a 3-hour nap. It was lit.
It's crazy. I'm not a nap person, but I think we've talked about it before.
But I had no choice.
You had no choice.
I had no choice. The bed was pulling my arm, pulling my leg. What's the saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did today. But
That's good.
what you drinking, Ju? What you got going on?
Okay, so I'm drinking water. We're both drinking water. Clink. And I'm drinking a decaf latte, large, whole milk, extra ice, cinnamon.
Clink.
Clink.
I'm doing a decaf dirty chai. I usually don't do chai, but
You were in the schmood.
we need to make more chai, and so I was like, you know, I'm gonna just use the last of the chai.
Well, also it's kind of gloomy out, and it's been gloomy. So it's just kind of like the vibe, like warm vibe, cozy.
Yeah, Harry Potter vibe.
Harry Potter vibe. But speaking
go
of
back
Harry
in Harry
Potter
Potter.
and water and all of that, I started 75 soft on Monday.
Dang.
So
Dang.
have
Why-
I done the best?
75
No.
soft. Why not 75 hard?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to go down a long
Well, what
rabbit
is
hole.
it? What start there? What is 75?
Okay, so
What's 75 soft to you?
to me, Well, I'll start off with 75 hard because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard it. You go 75 days and you have like 5 things that you have to do every single day.
Okay.
If you miss one of those days, then you have to restart. Or like if you miss one of those things on a certain day, you have to restart and start your 75 days again.
Dang.
You have to follow a certain diet to like a T or whatever. You have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day and do one of them outside. You have to drink a gallon of water. You have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book and something else. Can't remember. So 75 soft is my version. No, a lot of people do it, but I only do one 45-minute workout a day. And it can be pretty much anything.
And that's soft.
Not soft.
Dear Lord.
I don't have time for
That sounds like 75.
easy peasy. But
I guess.
and then 3 liters of water, which is like 3/4 gallon. I am doing 10 pages of fiction though, because I usually read nonfiction. So I'm going for fiction. So
Yep.
Harry Potter. And then
Potter.
And I'm also reading a chapter of the Bible or 2 chapters. I'm following it chronologically. My friend made like a chronological like guideline, so I'm doing that. And then actually
We're playing a lot of basketball too.
like
I lost to her in 75. Or
I have it
21
on
the
my
other day.
phone, but it's no alcohol. You can't do any alcohol.
No alcohol.
And you have to do a progress photo every day. But 75 soft, I'm not doing a progress photo every day. I am weighing myself every day, but I'm just taking like a weekly vlog, like on Monday or whatever, just so I don't know, record my experience or whatever.
Dang.
And then you don't have to follow a diet. It's just like healthier food choices or like some sort of food restriction. And so for me, I'm doing no sugar, which is like really hard. No
Dear
processed
Lord.
sugar. And I'm not even going to try for like honey or anything like that. Like I'm just trying to do no sugar.
Which we have been like tasting. We've been having to redo some of our syrups because we're making syrups in-house now, which is really cool, but it takes a lot of testing. So
Right.
we've been testing, which I feel like that shouldn't count, you know.
Right.
Because it's work. It's not like you're doing it to indulge in the sugar. You're
No,
doing
because
it
I'm
to
like
taste.
over it by the end of it.
Oh, man. Testing syrups is tough. It is overly sweet, overly flavor, overly everything, and it can be a lot. So I can see that.
Yeah.
But, Julia, I'm proud of you.
I'm going to do it.
I believe
Me
in
and my
you.
friend are doing it. And so if you want to join me, I'm going to probably start posting about it on Instagram. so
She's
that it
on day
gives-
3. So you're not too late.
I'm really far in. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's in the depths of. Actually, I'd say that this first week is really hard
Yeah.
because you're
I have to
having
work out literally after this.
Yeah, you're having to redo your routine to adjust for. Not really. You're cooking at home a lot too because.
Fast food, everything has sugar in it.
Or food in general,
Food in
going anywhere. Well, that's awesome, Joe. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Day 3.
Day 3.
We'll give you an update next week.
Yeah. We'll see how it's going.
See how it's going.
See if I'm still
If
in
we
it.
don't talk about it, then you know how it's going.
That's exactly right.
But guys, I'm super excited to get into a few of our questions that you guys have asked us. I put out a more directed. I really asked y'all a question for you to ask me questions. So on Instagram, I asked, what's coffee advice that you need, basically for brewing at home? We got 2 main questions. And let me see.
The first one, I don't know who it's from. You're going to pull it up.
I'm about to pull that John up. Shay Loftus. Best way to make iced espresso drinks without making the shot bitter. So I'm actually... And then the next question is by... The reason why I'm reading both is because I think that they might go hand in hand. Aravio Lecut asks tips on how to make cold brew. So, Shay Loftus also asks, what's a good starting espresso machine. Y'all, if you're looking to make espresso at home, I don't think that you have to break the bank, especially if you're starting off. If I were you, your main focus isn't going to be an expensive espresso machine, but it's going to be a more expensive grinder. So for instance, if you get the Breville Bambino or the one that is just the group head and the steam, and
Where
you bought
it doesn't have a grinder in it.
right, that's ranging from about $600 to, I'd say you can Facebook Marketplace one for like $300.
Yeah.
You can then budget to buy a grinder that is about $300. My favorite espresso grinder is the Baratza Encore ESP, not just Encore. The Encore is really good for drip or for cold brew if you want to make cold brew at home. But the ESP version, guys, don't break the bank on a La Marzocco, a Slayer, a whatever. It is honestly not worth it unless you're doing unless you're like doing a cart or like you have the money just sitting around and you do live that lifestyle of like wanting the best. Yeah. Then that's great. But if you're just wanting to make a better espresso at home, please do not break the bank and get a $1,600 espresso machine, even if the grinder's included, because usually that grinder is not even going to be good. So, y'all, that's what I'm going to say in terms of the question of where to start buying an espresso machine.
And I will say, they have just made a Breville that includes a
the Baratza Burrs.
Yeah, they included one that has a grinder in it, and it has Baratza burrs, which burrs are basically the things that actually grind the beans in there. They're like little plates with teeth on them, and they grind up the beans. But we haven't ever tried that one because it's new. It is more expensive.
It is expensive, yeah.
It is more expensive than probably buying the separate. But it is all in one, and it has Baratza grinder in it, which is awesome.
Look at what I just found, Julia. Looking this up. Baratza Encore X the Bambino Plus on Breville's website.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna link it. It is $700, which
so that's a great
expensive,
price.
right? But you're getting an espresso machine with a steamer and a quality grinder for $650, which changes the game. I'm going to have it here for you to look at. Boom. Guys, this is going to be goated for you that don't already make espresso at home. Don't break the bank on an expensive espresso machine. I will stand on that soapbox. I will die on that hill. But if that is out of budget, and you want to make iced lattes at home, you can make cold brew concentrate, and that can be your espresso at home. So now we're going to get into cold brew.
Yes.
The question about cold brew, how to make better cold brew.
It was like tips on making cold brew.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of people go into the cheesecloth, the mason jar method, which I can see. We'll show you what we use.
Right here.
Boom.
I will say, I love cold brew. I try cold brew everywhere I go. I love cold brew. I think that fruitier coffees taste better with cold brew,
Totally agree.
That's just me. I like fruitier anyways, but
if you're wanting lattes, maybe a chocolatey, darker.
Right. You don't have to do anything like crazy. I will say the toddy system, you might spend a couple extra dollars than like a cheesecloth or whatever, but it's super easy to use, and I just really like the method, and I've found that to work the best. We also, smart.
We sell these at the shop if you want something that's a little bit easier. It's by Toddy. I recommend Toddy because that's what they specialize in, is cold brew. Or other stuff, but this is Toddy. It's a Go brewer. It's really, really cool. We sell it at the shop for $50, but included in it are filters, and basically you brew it in here, and then you adjust it to your liking, and then you can literally just take this off and drink it. It's
for sure.
really, really cool.
Yeah. The tips I would say is there are so many different brew times. I will give a few tips. Don't brew in the fridge. That will take it a lot longer to brew. Brew it on your counter. It's not going to get bad. You can put a little plate on top, and they actually come with lids, so you can put a lid on top.
A napkin.
Brew it on your countertop. Don't brew it in the fridge. I know people are like, well, I want it as soon as I pull it. Basically, I want to drink it, and I want it to be cold. But I have found that it's just better to brew it on the outside, then put it in the fridge, and maybe have it the next day.
It will not go bad. I promise. It's not.
No.
It's if you make cold brew on the counter, while it's brewing, that's great. Don't store it on the counter though. Store it in the fridge, right?
Yeah.
And it's good for 2 weeks. Usually right after you brew it, right after you pull it, good for 2 weeks. Store it in the fridge, but brew it on the counter, please.
I just feel
changes
like
the game.
I think it tastes better. I also, a lot of people will say 24 hours. People say 20 hours. People say 12 hours. I found like the happy medium to be like 17 to 19 hours. I try to hit it like at 18 hours. I feel like that's like the great happy medium. Grind size it just needs to be coarse. We do it on our thing here at 8 or 8.5.
Yeah, so we go for espresso, you're going as fine as you can go. For drip, you're going medium, fine. For French press, you're going coarse, like pretty coarse. We do the same for cold brew. So we're pretty coarse for cold brew.
Right. And honestly, I'd like to like just release a recipe that people can just follow based on what they've got going on. Make sure if you're following a recipe that you read it, and if it says just cold brew or cold brew concentrate. Because if it says concentrate, that means you'll have to dilute it with water, which is how we make it. We make it as a concentrate, and then we dilute it. And then also, the nice thing about the to-go toddies is that you can make like a single serving or a double serving or something like that, so you won't use a whole bag of beans. But unfortunately, you have to use basically like a whole bag of beans just to make cold brew or cold brew concentrate. Yeah. But actually today we released 2-pound bags that we now sell on the shelves, which will really, really help with like brewing a ton of cold brew for you at home. It's better priced for you because it's buying it in bulk, and it's just easier to do cold brew with bigger bags.
Totally.
We have found, because you got to make a lot more. So
I have an idea. It takes us taking a little break, but how about we show you cold brew concentrate, how we dilute it with water, and how you can use it in a latte.
Yeah.
Cool?
Love it.
All right. Be right back. We're back. Let's go. I want to be sure that you can hear me. I have in front of me water. This is just water.
Extracted from the glaciers finest of Antarctica.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
This is cold brew concentrate. So we just got done brewing it for 18 hours on the counter, not on the fridge. Awesome. Now I have concentrate.
Yep.
This is not cold brew to drink. Do not drink this. If you love it as it is, boom, that's fantastic. But we at the shop, we will brew it for 18 hours. And before we serve any cold brew, we taste. So we dial in our espresso, we dial in our drip, we dial in our pour overs. We also dial in our cold brew. So what you're drinking is cold brew that we have dialed in to our liking. So cold brew concentrate. I'll show you. Cold brew concentrate. What we'll do is we'll aim for about a little less than half. This is usually how we'll do it at the shop.
Oh, sorry.
You're okay. And then we will dilute it. I'm not going to do it all the way just in case we need to.
Yeah, we usually do about half and half, and we try it there and then kind of go based on what's going on.
Love it. So
it's
let me stir this real quick.
You would think that it's the same every time, but that's why we dial, is because it's not. coffee is very temperamental.
So then we'll taste to our liking. So this for me, it's velvety. It's bold. Not as bold as the concentrate. If we were to just drink the concentrate by itself, it would be overly bold, overly powering, almost bitter, just because of the strength. I wouldn't say bitter, but it would just be so strong that you'd be like, ooh, kind of like espresso, right? And then, but here I'd say that boldness is kind of mellowed out. It's very chocolatey. What are you tasting?
I get like chocolate covered cherry. And that's usually how I like it. I like a chocolate
Covered
with a fruity.
Mm-hmm.
We like ours here a little bit more bold than usual. We like the strength a little bit more because we've found sometimes like I don't know. I just like it a little bit more bold, and I feel like we sell out a cold brew all the time. We will turn up for cold brew.
I might dilute it a little bit more. I think it might be a little bit too bold.
For sure.
So then that's how we dial in. We just keep tasting. Say it wasn't bold enough. Say it was weak. Instead, I would add concentrate, right?
Right.
That's good. I like
That's
it.
great. Yum.
It's smooth. That's
brew.
refreshing. I could sip on that throughout my day. And that's what we'll do. At the beginning of every day, we're dialing our cold brew that we brewed and all that stuff. If you want this right now, right then and there, throw some ice in there. Or maybe have it a little bit stronger. Throw ice in there and it'll
melt it a little bit.
Dilute over time.
Yeah. Amazing. So
and then
the latte one.
Yeah, so say that we want to do the latte now. Let's see.
So
this is concentrate right here. And so what I'm going to do.
I can pour.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I keep making you do that.
It's okay.
I'll do about like halfway. Maybe a little more.
You could go to like a shot. So that's perfect there.
Yeah.
So with this right here, I just brewed cold brew. This is not concentrate. I have not diluted it. This is not what I'm going to drink on its own. So I'll take my milk. Boom. Throw the concentrate in there. And you can taste this and be like, okay, do I want to add more concentrate? Mm-hmm. Do I want to add more milk? Mm-hmm. Look at that color.
Purdy.
It's similar to a latte. We don't do this here at the shop. I know some shops do like cold brew lattes. But y'all, if y'all don't have the budget for espresso, this is a good way to start.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think that I might do, well, I just had straight cold brew, so I might go a little more, but that's, not anything crazy. It has like definitely a different flavor profile than espresso, but I still like it. Yeah, it's really good.
Let's see.
Yes. Turn up. But I would not, you could try to do like a hot, like latte with cold brew concentrate, but I wouldn't suggest.
Yeah, this is more so for iced because she asked about iced. I would not do this for hot.
Yeah.
You'll have to get an espresso machine if you want hot, sadly.
It's so good.
Not sadly, but awesome. So that's, y'all, we could do this for any question that you have. If you say you're like, how do I make a better pour over? Or this, can you show me this? Please, y'all, we're down to do it for you. So I'm going to clean this up real quick and we'll be right back again. What up, we back? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Y'all, let's kind of dive into what I kind of wanted to talk about today, and that is we just wrapped up in our last podcast. If you didn't listen to it, us going from the Airstream to getting the deal here at the shop, where we are 6038 La Vista in Dallas, Texas, here in East Dallas, Texas, specifically in the Lakewood neighborhood. We never could have imagined being here, and we are just so thankful. We are so blessed. it's funny. I remember whenever we first moved to the DFW, we would come to Lower Greenville and we'd be like, man, this is like tough. I couldn't see myself living
Hold
here.
Hold on.
Like,
Rewind.
yeah,
We came to Lower Greenville on St. Patty's Day.
maybe that's really,
That's like,
that's true.
as the neighborhood, that's the worst time to be here. The neighborhood, now we have learned, just disappears that day. That St. Patty's Day on like here at the shop is so funny because all the regulars come early in the morning and then they leave for the day because
that's,
St. Patty's Day is crazy down
but it
here.
rains every St. Patty's Day. I feel so
always
bad.
feel like it rains. But all of that to say, we came down here during the worst time and we were like, can't imagine living down here. It'd be crazy. We were crazy for coming down here during St. Patty's Day.
Real.
But we just didn't know what we were doing. But as soon as we got the place down here, we're like, oh, it's a magical place over here. It's amazing.
Totally.
So,
and y'all, this is a video of kind of what we came into the shop with. So this was a turnkey deal. So basically the deal was that we would instantly be taking over their lease and all their inventory. And so
they basically didn't have to do anything.
they didn't have to do anything except take anything that was personal and walk out the door. And so this is a video of kind of what that looked like.
Yeah.
Should we?
I don't know.
Love it.
It's just floating in magical air. So.
Yeah. No. We won't be talking over it, but y'all. So that's what it looked. Sorry. Okay. We'll do
That was
again.
awesome.
Love it. Okay. Y'all. So that's what it looked like. Basically, looked like it was straight out of the 70s because they opened in 1971. So they're like carpentry, everything was that old wood that was just so nostalgic. But y'all, it smelled like, coffee oil, beans. It smelled, it had its own little.
It was more like a general store.
Yeah.
It was like a coffee. Obviously, they were a coffee roastery, but they also had like general store stuff.
Yeah. And they had
which
a cult
was like
following.
super super popular back then. It's not so popular now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it smelled like everything in here smelled like. I mean, you'd take it out and it smelled like coffee.
Yeah.
You walk in, you walk out, you smell like coffee. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Coffee was on the walls. We would wipe the walls, and it was like.
It was brown.
It was brown.
Just like
it was white,
coffee.
but we would wipe it, and it would all be brown because of the coffee.
It was kind of crazy.
But y'all, they had a cult following, and I remember being really nervous because I kind of got to talk with a few customers and all that stuff of the coffee company before we took over, and they were not happy about us coming in. They felt like, who are these people? Who are these people? Who do they think that they are? Is kind
Also,
of what it felt like a little bit.
We were 22 or 21 years old.
Yeah, rightfully so. Who am I, honestly? But it was kind of hard to be confident in what I wanted to do. But I knew that if I wanted to be successful, and if I wanted to not just be successful, but last, I would need to have a plan. We need to really, really think about whenever people come in, like, what are we going to look like? What's the interaction going to be like? What are we going to taste like? What kind of drinks are going to be on our menu? Are we going to have food? And the hardest part about all of that was the capital situation. We just didn't have the capital, right, to do a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do. We didn't have also the systems in place to really handle food or handle making your own syrups or even roasting yet.
Or even hiring anybody.
Yeah, we didn't even touch the roaster for, I think, 6 months after we opened, which was actually a year since we took over their lease.
Yep.
But so we took over their lease November of 2022, and we ended up opening May of 2023. We did a soft opening type situation in April, but really we opened in May of 2023. And it was kind of this journey of coming in here every day, taking stuff from the coffee company out, maybe to storage or whatever, and we're just getting rid of, not selling. Yeah. We were just like, how can we get everything out so we can really cast our vision in here? And man, it was tough, but you were also working full time.
I was working full time. So the day we opened up the shop, I took off that day. Literally, I took PTO that day, and we opened the shop, and then I was right back to it the next day, which was really hard. I think because I felt like I wasn't living, not that this is our dream, right? Not saying that it's not hard, but I wasn't like getting to do my dream because I was still working towards it, if that makes sense. Because, in all honesty, we did not pay ourselves till we hired our first employee.
Yeah.
So we opened in May.
October of 2023.
Yeah. So we started in May and October 2023. And then at that point, we hadn't paid ourselves ever, like from the Airstream or anything like that. Yeah. And so Nick had seriously been working for free for
3 years,
2 or 3 years, which is crazy.
A little over 3 years.
We've been working on dealing with just like one income since then, which obviously like you got a coffee shop job here and there to help with some things. You did like Uber and stuff, but it wasn't like an actual income. Yeah. And so I can't imagine that too. But on my position, it was just like, man, I don't get to live my dream. I don't get to work on my dream. I have to be here because it's still helping towards our dream. Because we still needed money to do things here. We had literally no furniture in here. We had no tables. We had nothing in here when we opened. We just had an espresso machine and a grinder. So, yeah, because that's all we could afford.
It's really like we're kind of at the place of, okay, we're just going to open super bare bones and have to just have customer service that is out the wazoo because we're not going to wow really anyone with our interior right now, which is a hard thing to really, I feel like, kind of a hard pill to swallow. But at the end of the day, you do what you got to do. And that was what we had to do. So I remember as soon as we closed on our deal, I needed a mission and I needed a vision and I needed a plan for what we were going to really be. And so something that we do and we still do to this day, maybe every 6 months, is we ask ourselves, who is Juju's Coffee? What do they look like? If it was a person. And we really just try to separate ourselves from Juju's in the sense of we're not Juju's. Right. We were part of this really, really cool thing, and it was so amazing to us, and we were obsessed with it and all this amazing stuff, but we would just have to look at ourselves. And I remember before we opened, I just told Julie, I was like, hey, Ju, this is like awesome, but I want you to know you're a lot cooler than Juju's.
Right.
You're a lot cooler. We're really young. We're 22. We're 23. We're about to open up a coffee shop, but you're a lot cooler than that.
Right.
Juju's will never be as cool as you. And so I kind of just wanted to really separate us from everything. And so basically I would ask, who is Juju's? And it was tough. I feel like that's hard because you're in it for so long. It's like I'm living in this drink for so long that it's really just like I'm swimming. Mm-hmm. But if I were to take it separately and look at it like this, what does it look like? What does it taste like? And what does it make me feel like? And so we sought out a lot of inspiration, I'd say too. Who would inspire you the most? I'd say.
I'm also going to add this real quick. I think too, it is because I think you'll go into like being like a business plan. Yeah. Right. Yep.
Or you can go into it.
Yeah. So I think we also put it down on paper, and that paper look like a business plan, we had some really great advice from a local coffee shop in Amarillo where we're from, because we asked for some of their advice. And they said the number one thing, if we don't do anything else, is to do a business plan, which is what we're talking about, is like separating ourselves and putting a business plan. So you can serve a cup of coffee and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's great. But finding direction, what it feels like, what it looks like, and all of that is really hard to put down on paper. And so basically, like, if all of a sudden Nick's like, I just want to start serving pizza, and I'll be like, okay, well, let's look at our business plan and see if that, we can go back to our business plan and go back to basically our roots and be like, okay, well, I don't think that this follows our business plan.
Yeah.
I don't think that this follows what we were originally saying. It's a living document. So every 6 months when we revisit it, if it needs to change, it can change. But I think that it's a really good thing where no one can be mad if it's not a part of the business plan, because it's there.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It makes your life so much easier. But it was really hard to create.
It's really hard to create. I mean, if you want to start a business, if you want to be an entrepreneur, have a plan, have a vision, and run with it. Do not just be okay with success coming your way, because whenever success does come your way, you'll probably fumble and not know what to do, right?
Yeah.
We always want to be like, we want to pretend, or not pretend, but we want to make this business plan as if we were so successful right now.
Yeah.
So that way we're ready for success versus fumbling and figuring it out whenever it comes. So we sought out a lot of inspiration, I'd say, like in this phase of Juju's. I think for me, like a lot of inspiration was like Disney, in the sense of creating an atmosphere. Whenever you walk in, you're like a different world, like in a way, because we're tucked away on the side of just a busy road, and I wanted to be kind of this little nook for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was a different vibe, different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think too, Disney is really clean. We sought that inspiration because sometimes we'll go into places and we're just like, oh man, this is not clean. I know that
Totally.
sounds so bad, but being clean is like also a value of ours.
The customer service aspect of Disney.
Customer
is insane.
service of Disney. I know we just started saying Disney, but really they have a lot of stuff obviously figured out.
Mm-hmm.
That was an inspiration of ours. We had other coffee shops that were very inspired by. What else? We have a few down. I don't have them right now.
Yeah, like Percent Arabica, I'd say is very
yeah.
inspiring. Each shop is different, and I just really loved it.
Blue Bottle was very
Bottle.
inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And so basically we're just like, okay, this is awesome. We're kind of getting a feel of what we want to look like. But we really wanted to be defined by our customer service as well. Nothing is worse than going to a coffee shop and them being like, what do you want? And you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I don't know.
Or just even like, just don't want you to making you feel dumb.
Yeah.
Making you feel whatever. Our goal was like, my dad he's a blue collar man and normal dude, that he could just walk in here and feel comfortable, if that makes sense. Not feel out of place. Obviously we have pink floors and it's really colorful in here, but I think the vibe was to go for welcoming, and if you had any questions, we can answer them for you. We can help direct you get to somewhere like a drink.
Yeah, totally.
Anyways.
I'd say something else that we kind of were pretty hardcore about was that we wanted to be family friendly. It's kind of trendy in some senses to like, post an Instagram reel where like it cusses and it's like, ooh, like that has like edge to it, or like, especially in the coffee scene. I think if you're edgy, you're craft. I think that was something that we really struggled with, is we're not edgy. We're just not. But we are craft and we do love coffee. And we also really don't love the vibe sometimes that edginess can put off, especially towards a family, towards kids. And we're like, you know what? Like, we're going to kind of stand firm on this. We're going to do no cussing. We're not going to talk ill about any other coffee shop ever. So
There's no point.
if somebody comes in and they're roasting Starbucks, we will,
Try to
in a way,
direct the
change the
conversation.
conversation. We train all of our employees that way. We're not going to talk ill about anyone behind bar. Going to a restaurant or whatever, and, you see the wait staff maybe gossiping or the hostesses. It just, it's not family friendly. It's not good for, I believe, even kids to be around that. We want a kid to be able to walk through the door and feel safety until they leave, right? Even inspired. Shoot, I want to inspire that little kid as well.
And I think an inspiration for that, at least, was for me and stuff. Nate Bargatze, he's a comedian. I love him. And I love like his whole crew. But that's his whole thing is like, he's like, anything I create, I want it to be where a family can go in and they all feel comfortable. And they don't feel like uncomfortable watching my show. Like they don't want to cover ears or red face or anything like that. And that's how we felt. We were like, yeah. And obviously that's brought major success to him. Also Disney. I mean, it's all family friendly.
Totally.
Like there's such a market for that as well as a business person. I think it's Disney that said it. But you have to get them when they're young. That's a business plan that's been since the beginning. That's what Walmart says. That's what Target says. You need to be
okay with working with kids and not only adults.
Yeah. So
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Is you want to hit every demographic. Really, we wanted to target more so young families.
Because that's the market over here, for sure.
And so we take a lot of what we do and we aren't targeting young adults, but we're more so targeting new families. And so people that are establishing routine, establishing their roots in Dallas, Texas, that are looking for a stable place that is always the same, that is giving them inspiration. It's maybe their third or their fourth place that they visit either daily or weekly. And we just really were kind of running with this, and this was our business plan of this is who we're serving and this is what we're telling them, is we're inspiring them and we're embracing their pregnancy and we're telling them good job and we're on this promotion. And we are just constantly being a part of their life, and we're not just head down serving coffee. Even if it is the best cup of coffee, I want to serve inspiration as well. And that be something that we're serving, and that's craft, I believe.
100%. Like a mom should, we were like, a mom should always feel comfortable in here with their baby. If their baby is screaming, who cares?
Who cares?
Don't make it feel awkward. Try to help them. If not, just leave them be.
I think we've gotten so far away from being okay with loud kids running around or some, whatever. But we want to be that safe place of like, hey, if your kid is crying right now, we have books, we have whatever. Which it wasn't like that whenever we opened, but we now have books because that was part of our plan, right? So we've carried this vision this whole way. Something else that we wanted to be was, since we're not going to be edgy, we want to be playful and we want to be fun. I think that that's a really big thing for us, is that we're colorful, we're playful, we are, we're joking around. We're not too cool for school. And so we painted the floors pink. We painted the ceiling blue, and we have white walls where we're going to add color. And this is a video of like what it looked like whenever we first opened.
Yes, which was bare bones for show.
Yeah. And as you see, it's super bare bones, but it's a blank canvas, right? It's something that we can work with. It's something that we can add to. It's something that it's a starting place. I know it's podunk, it's whatever. It's not lavish, but it doesn't have to be lavish from the get-go. It's been really, really cool having customers.
Oh, the thunder.
It's been really, really cool having customers come in and they're enjoying seeing our journey going from no tables to 2 tables to now 5 tables and chairs and all this stuff. I think that if you are an entrepreneur, please do not just take out $100,000, $200,000 loan and start with your final product. Don't launch with your final product, because then there's going to be no change ever. There's going to be no evolution. It's not a living business. It's just as it is. And that was hard, I think, for us, especially in Dallas.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of the things that we even started with, we're like, week 1, we're like, we can't have this. Like, we're going to have to change it like this.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't even need this. And like, we barely had anything.
Yeah.
And so, and it's also starting, you can't compare yourself. Like, we couldn't compare ourselves with La La Land. We did not have that type of capital. And so,
Totally.
in saying that, like, also entrepreneurs, don't compare yourself. Find where you are. Humble yourselves, because that's really hard for us.
Totally.
Humble yourselves, bring yourselves down to earth and be like, this is all I got. How can I make it great?
How can I make it great, but also compete? Be down to compete. I don't know. Like, we don't compare yourself to La La Land, but instead be like, okay, if I'm the underdog here, what character do I have? What can I bring to the table? And how am I going to put on my gloves and enter the ring?
Yeah.
Honestly, with these other businesses that have so much more money than us, so much more years on us, so much more influence, followers, whatever, they have the upper hand. We're entering this, but we're not entering it defeated, right? Mm. We're entering the Dallas coffee scene, which is so established already. We're entering this Dallas coffee scene with our gloves on, and we're ready to fight.
Yeah.
Like, that was our mentality from the get-go. And we both played sports growing up, so we're just competitive as it is. But instead of, obviously, you'll end up falling in a comparison here and there, but ultimately putting your fighting gloves on and being like, no, this is what makes us different, and I love it.
Yeah.
And if people don't love it, if people are comparing us with La La Land, if people are comparing us with, other coffee shops around the DFW, what can we do about that? Because we're who we are, and if people don't like us, then what can you do about it? We're growing. We're establishing our roots, and
yeah.
But I'm a fight, and so
yeah.
It was fun. I mean, I remember kind of leading up to our soft launch, just being really nervous. Our first day, we built up a little bit of hype on social media, and Julie and I were working bar together. We'd never really worked this system before, and so we were just a little nervous. But we served free drinks all day long on our first day. But if you looked at our total sales, which was actually discounted, we did about $1,400 in sales on our first day, which for us was amazing if you're serving $5 drinks.
Yeah.
And so it was tough, but I mean, people were down for the different. And obviously we'll kind of get into in the later weeks, maybe our systems and stuff like that we developed over Juju's and practicals, but
yeah, we'll get into that. I'm going to add one more inspiring thing that's like part of our business plan and values was communication, always communicating intentionally. I know that's like such a random thing, but we had just saw like with other businesses and things like that and things that I have been in the workplace, like being frustrated because lack of communication. And so it's always was a goal of ours and is still a goal of ours to communicate with intentionality and communicate often, and overcommunication is the best communication. And so that also played plays a huge role into our systems, because it's having a system in place is over communicating. Is great communication. If there's ever an issue, we always go, okay, well, that was our fault because we did not communicate that properly. So this is how we're going to communicate it, and we'll put a standard out there, and we'll have it like on a piece of paper. So now it's been communicated properly.
Totally.
And I feel like that's really, really helped us. It's extremely tiring, but at the end of the day, you don't have to repeat yourself.
Yep.
If that makes sense. If you're constantly, I mean, obviously you're constantly communicating and stuff like that, but it's not like you're getting frustrated repeatedly over the same thing.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. And especially opening up a business, if it's a brick and mortar, if you're in customer service in general, people love to ask you questions. They love to question you. Maybe not. It can feel like they're interrogating you, but really they're just asking questions out of curiosity. And you want to have answers for that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say they ask, we got asked a lot. So, how are you going to get through these first months? People all around here.
Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah. All around. That was a tough one. All around here, people are business owners. So people were questioning us. Why do you wholesale your beans? Why don't you roast your beans yet? And because we weren't roasting our beans at the time. We are now, but, why don't you make your own syrups? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you have more seating? Why don't you have public restrooms? Why isn't there parking? Whatever. And it's like we had to over communicate here.
Yeah.
And on paper.
Yeah.
So that way we both were
page.
able to answer these questions with honesty, transparency, and, in good faith as well. So
it's real.
Y'all,
it's a long today.
Plan for success. So I'm excited to answer questions. If you do have questions about specifics about maybe the renovation, maybe about, brewing stuff, whatever, please ask. And we would love to answer those for you guys. Thank you guys for listening, for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you.
Amazing. Clink.
Clink.